Welcome to mechanical tutorial. I am going to teach you different techniques in SolidWorks for mechanical engineers. I am going to train you different modules like surface modeling, sheet metal and enclosure design, product design, plastic components design, reverse engineering and many more tips and tricks in SolidWorks. Hi, today I am going to explain about how to create sheet metal cover. This is for a U-shaped enclosure. So this is the drawing I am going to show you how to create, and I am going to upload this PDF. You can check the description. So this is the 3D CAD model. These two are vent features. These are lowers and edge flanges. So I am going to show you how to create all these features. So I am going to show you how to create this drawing in a folded state as well as in flattened state. This is with the ordinate dimensions. So let's start now. So I have taken the new SolidWorks part file. So this is the new, and you can select the new part file. Now select the top plane, go to sketch, you can take a corner rectangle or center point rectangle. So let's take center rectangle. Now select this line. So this is 800, this is 640. Go to sheet material module, select the base flange, and here I have taken 2 mm. You can take K factor as 0.45. It should be always less than 0.5. So say OK. See here. Now I am going to create the side flanges. So select the edge flange, click one edge, drag it down. So here we have to select material inside. Select this. So since these two are symmetric, we can select simultaneously and say OK. Now we have to modify this sketch. So select the sketch, go to edit mode, keep it in right side view. Now draw one line with incline. Go to trim entities. Select trim entities, select corner trim, select this line and this line, and this line and this line. So now we have to dimension these lines. This is 300. This is 140. This is 245. This is 375. and say OK. So this
flange has been created. So here also we can create the sketch in similar manner, but instead of that we can delete these two lines. Either we can delete this line or we can convert this. So select these two lines, I mean 3 lines, and say OK. Now go to corner trim and select this. So now it's exactly matching. Say OK. So this is the best method. Instead of creating a flange and mirroring the feature, this is best practice for symmetric flanges. It is easy for us to modify the sketch rather than creating the mirror feature. So next I am going to create these inside flanges. So go to edge flange. So these two flanges are projecting outside, so we have to select these two flanges. So we can flip like this. So this is also moving inside. We have to click this pink arrow to move opposite direction. Similarly, we have to select this edge. We have to flip this edge. We have to flip this. We have to click this. See here. So here we have to select bend outside option, third option. So you can see in the top view it is projecting outside. So we have to select this. In regular practice we select bend inside, so move, it exactly matches the outer edge, but here we have to select bend outside. So this is very much important to avoid the intersection here. So this flange length is 50. See here. Now instead of creating all the flanges at once, either we can create these two flanges as a separate feature and these two as a separate features and this as a separate features. We can create in either ways, but since all the flanges are having equal height, so we can create in a single feature. Later we can edit these sketches. Right now I am not editing, but I am going to show you for one flange. So we have to constrain all the flanges, so fully defined sketch. So select this edge and this edge. So this is 50. So the sketch should be fully defined. So we have to dimension all the sketches. Now I am going to create this slot, side slot. So for that we have two symmetric slots. So we can select the right plane, go to sketch and select this slot feature, straight slot, and place it over here. Now size of this slot is center to center is 130, radius is 28, and distance from this edge to this center point is 90. So this is around 120. So this is the slot dimension. Now we have to go to sheet metal. We can go to extruded cut. Instead of link to thickness, we have to uncheck this. If it is usually, it will be, so we have to uncheck this. Now instead of blind, we have to click through all, both sides. See here, it is moving both the directions. Sometimes what we do is we create a slot feature here and try to mirror it. So mirror feature is difficult to edit. So this is the best method. So select OK. See here. Now I am going to create this lowers. See here. Go to design library, select forming tool folder and select lower folders. So you can here simply drag and drop on this face. Now we can see the direction, it is inside. So we have to flip the other side, and lower should be opposite direction, so we have to type 180. Now we have to position this. Select this point and this edge. So this distance is 85. This is 50. Now we have to pattern this point. So go to linear pattern. So we have to flip the other direction. So this is 30 mm and the number of instances is 10. Similarly, in y direction, so we have to select 3 patterns, and this is 60 mm. Now we have to say OK. So simply the lower pattern has created. Now say OK. See here. Now we can mirror these lowers above the right plane. So we can select these features and go to mirror feature. So we have to select the right plane. See here and say OK. See here. So these are the mirror features. So now I am going to create these two vent features. See here. Select this face, go to sketch, now create one circle. We have to dimension this. This is 200. This is 160. Inner diameter is 80. Now I have to create few more circles. So outer diameter is 200. $120. So 80 is not the smallest dia, so 50 is the smaller dia. So this is the 50. So 200, 180, 120. So one more diameter is required. It is 160. Now we have to create lines. We have to go inside this. This is 60. See, it should be exactly at the center. You have to coincide these two. So after creating this circular pattern, now we have to go to sheet metal tab, select the vent features. So initially we have to select this. Now fillet is around 5 mm. We have to select the ribs. Okay, so ribs is of 8 mm. Now to select the fill boundary, we have to select the sparse is also of 8 mm, so we have to assign 8 mm. Now we have to select the circular lines, see here. See, vent has been created now. Now we have to create one more. So instead of creating similar sketch with vent feature, so once again we can mirror this feature. So select the vent feature, so we have to go to mirror and we have to select this right plane and say OK. Say OK. So the vent feature has been created now. See. Next I am going to create these whole features. I have forgot to add one more flange. So select this edge. So flip the arrow. Say OK. Now I am going to create whole features. Select this face, go to sheet metal and we have to select the simple hole. See, hole diameter is of 20 mm. And say OK. So after placing this hole, we can modify the dimensions. So it is exactly at the center. So you can place it like this. And distance between this edge and hole center is 25 mm. So it is not fully constrained, so we can select this origin and this center and make it vertical. So it is constrained now. Now we have to place few more holes. Select this center points and make it horizontal. Similarly, these two, make it horizontal, and select these 3 circles and make it equal. Now we have to apply the distance, that is 535. So it is exactly at the center, so we can draw a line, that is center line from this point, and select this point and this point and this line, apply symmetry. See, it is constrained now. See, okay. Now I am going to add flange holes to these two flanges. Go to hole feature, link, we have to link to thickness always. Say okay. Select these two circles, make it equal. These two circles, make it equal. And these two circles, make it equal. So all four circles are of 20 mm dia. So now we can select these two circles and this center line and make it symmetric. Similarly, select these two center points and center line, make it symmetric. Now we have to dimension this. This is 25 mm. So make it vertical. Here also make it. We can make it vertical. So the distance between this edge and this center line is 50. See, it is constrained now. Similarly, from this edge to center point is 50. And say okay. See here. Similarly, we can create the hole in the other side. Right now I am not creating. So this component is ready now. Next I am going to show you how to create this drawing in folded state as well as in flat pattern. So now I am going to show you how to create this drawing. So this is for flat pattern and this is in folded state. I am going to upload this drawing. Please check the description. So let's start now. So we have to go to the drawing, select model view, and select the CAD model. So this is the front view. Next we have to select projected view and place it over here. So this is the right side view. So I am going to place one by one. Go to annotation, select smart dimension, select these two edges. So if it is symmetric, we can add one symbol. This is the symmetric symbol, so you can add it here. So these are 11 holes. So 11 into X. So the distance between the outer edge and this edge is 50. This is 199. This is 48. This is 800. This is 50. This is 53. So in the top view, this is 63. This is 50. So when dimensions I am going to show later. So the distance between this edge and outer edge is 378. So each and every dimension is important. So you can flip the arrows. This is 140. So So the distance between outer edge and this lower base is 47. So we can place lower to lower distance. So we can select this line and select midpoint. Similarly, select this line. So we have to right click and select midpoint. So it automatically takes the center point. So we don't have to place any point entity. So you can move a little bit down. So it's better to show in the low near to this edge. So we can rearrange the dimension according to requirement. So next, the distance between this lower center distance and this, right click, select midpoint. So this is 60. Similarly, right click, midpoint and midpoint, 60. So the distance between this edge and this edge, is 445. This value is 90. To center distance is 130. So I have prepared nodes for slot. So I'm going to place it here. Slot 1 is 186 by 130. In this case, we don't have to show this dimension. So we have to place the center line for this. Okay. Next, this note is for lowers. So we have to place exactly at the lower point. See. So I'm going to share this drawing, so you can check the description. So few holes are missing in the drawing, so I'm going to share the dimensions, so you can place in while you can place in the drawing while practicing. Next, I'm going to show you dimensions for vent feature. Showing the dimension for from center to center distance for vent feature, we have to show the center mark. So when we try to place the center mark, so it is not possible. This is one of the drawback in SolidWorks drawing. So what we have to do is, so we have to go to sketch. So we can select 3-point arc. So we can select 2 points and we have to place near to this one of the edge. So now we are getting a center line. Similarly, we have to create one more arc. So we have to zoom and we have to place near to this. Now we have to place center mark for this arc. Sorry, here. So this is one of the method. Now we can show this center to center distance. And we can say this as symmetric. So we have to select the symbols and select this center mark. And we can show this distance from this center mark and this edge. So this is 199. Now we have to place one of the circle and we have to go to detail view. So we can select this line, or else we can select this circle and go to detail view. So we can place it over here and we can show this with leader. So we can place any alphabet. So at this moment I am taking as D. So if you want to show these dimensions, for example arcs, so we have to draw a sketch for each arc. So I am going to show for one of the slot. So we can show this. Dimension. Sorry, it's not selecting. So we have to show the other dimensions also. So you can round it up to 20. So while placing the distance between to slot distance, so we can place one point over here and at the edge of this slots, and we can place this dimension. So we have to show in this manner. So I have created a note for this vent feature. Simply we have to place it here. So if you want to place this component isometric view, so we can move this component here and we can place this component. We have to place it in isometric view. So most of the cases we show it in color. So this is the way we show this component. So these are the dimensions for folded state, and these are the nodes. All dimensions are in mm. Material mild steel, sheet thickness 2 mm, bend radius is as sheet thickness, break all sharp edges, remove all burrs. So this is, we can add more notes depending on the color, surface finish, and many more points. So let's start drawing for flat pattern. So this is the flat pattern, so I'm going to show this. So we have to place this component in the top view. Now right click or simply select the flat pattern and say OK. So it has not taken. Why? Because we have not created the configuration for flat pattern. So let's go to the configurations. So in flat pattern it is not unsuppressed, so we have to unsuppress the flat pattern. See here, and we can hide the sketches. See this is the top view of the flat pattern. Now we have to go to the so here we have to rotate this component, that is 90 degrees. Here also for placing the center point, so we can draw the 3-point arc. And one more center mark. So let's select the horizontal ordinate and select this edge. So place it here. So here right click and select midpoint. So it automatically takes this. Similarly for all the logos, midpoint. See here. So for this we have to select this center line or this center point. Just move near to this arc so we can see the center mark and place it here. Right click, midpoint, say OK. Right click, midpoint, say OK. Right click, midpoint, say OK. Select this. So if you want to place the ordinate dimension in the other side, so what we have to do is we have to select, so we have to select once again horizontal ordinate and place the horizon dimension. Then we have to select each edge and entities. See here. So once these dimensions are placed here, so we can click this and right click and select hide. So we have to hide, don't forget to hide. Next we have to add vertical ordinates. So we have to select this, select this, select midpoint. Here also we have to select this center line, center point. So we can select this edge and this and these holes. So we can move as per our requirement. See here. So if you want to place this edge also, we can place it. Similarly, we can place these notes as in folder state. Mostly same notes will be placed in the folder state as well as flattened state. See, in folder states, whatever notes are shown here, we have to show here also. This is the general practice. So lowest, these are for vent features, and for lowest we have to place this note. So we have to place carefully, and it has to select one of this lower. That is the best practice, because when we move this component, it moves along with this feature. So that is the best practice. So I am going to share this drawing. Check the description. So this is a brief about enclosure cover. So thanks for watching.